You are in a prison but you don't know it. The way you see the world will change after this video. If you think you are free, you are wrong. You are just in a prison where walls, bars and guards are invisible. And the prison owner makes sure you never know that you are inside one, so you never think about escaping. He wants you to stay there because it's beneficial for him and because he wants the outside of the prison to be exclusive for few people among the 8 billion who are on this planet. Wait a minute, what do you mean I am in a prison? I am free, I'm lying on my bed watching your damn video, what are you talking about? Okay, let me explain. If you take a step back and think deeply about everything you are doing in your life, you will find out that most of it wasn't really your choices and preferences. You might be the one who chose the way you are living right now, but you did it because you were influenced, manipulated, and forced to do so. How? As human beings, we are born with biological, physical, and geographic limits. Then it's expanded to psychological borders that don't allow us to think freely. It limits our thinking and confines us to a single perspective. So we are prisoners of our own minds, thoughts, beliefs, culture, previous generations' mentality that was transferred to us, and the way we are living depends on this. We live under the command and the influence of what I mentioned before. This is why sons of rich people are often rich and successful. They weren't told and convinced that they should stay poor or there is no chance to be wealthy. They believe that being rich is a normal and possible thing, so they end up being rich most of the time. Because this is the belief and the mindset that was transferred to them and established in their minds. It doesn't mean that everything we are doing now is wrong or anything transferred to us from the previous generations is wrong. Some of it may be just normal, but the issue is being locked in a delusive prison where the freedom of thinking and doing is not allowed. We are not doing what we want to do, we are doing what they want us to do, and by they, I mean the prison owners. The reason why I call it a prison because in prisons, people are not allowed to move freely and they are not allowed to do whatever they want. Same thing here. People cannot decide how their life is designed. This is why we see 99% of people living the same way. More than a decade of studies, decades of a 9-to-5 job, retirement, paying rent, shopping, waiting in lines, taking the same route every day. Was this kind of life their genuine choice? I don't think that anyone would choose this life if he was really free to choose. If the school system didn't exist, would anyone choose to study for 17 years to get a piece of paper so he can work a normal job after? No chance. So yeah, absolutely, we are in a prison. Same thing for goals. Most of people are chasing things that they don't really care about. Like getting a promotion with a 15% higher salary. This is not something that a free human being would dream of. In this prison, good things are not really good and bad things are not really bad. It can be the opposite. Some people may refer to this as the Matrix. While the Matrix is not, as some people think, a secret organization with agents wearing black suits and glasses, meeting in a secret place to discuss how to control the world. This can be true maybe, but what I truly think the Matrix is what wrong information, beliefs and practices were transferred to us by the society, including school, family and media, all under the command of big companies, governments and wealthy people. If you go to the gym to be strong, to be healthy, to be more active, that's cool. But if you go to the gym because other people are going to the gym or because you want to post some pictures on social media, that's the Matrix. That's the society forcing you to do something that you don't desire. Real freedom is when all you do is your own choice, not families, companies, governments or societies. It's like acting in a movie where its scenario has been written by another person and the end is already known. We are players and the remote that the gamer is using to manipulate us is the media. The media is the brainwashing machine that is used to bring and keep people in this delusional prison. It decides everything on behalf of people who don't realize that the media is out there for a reason. It decides what they believe is good or bad, false or true, what they like and dislike, and what is their point of view about everything. Buy this product, hate this country, support this person, hate this group of people, eat this food, travel to this place, choose this career, wear this clothes, and so on. And people who are not aware of this are human beings with robot behavior. Or like fish that was deported from a wide ocean to a small aquarium. Why did they put us on this prison? The simple answer is to control us. We are a lot, billions, and the only way to control that many people and make sure they do what you want is by forcing them to follow a system, just like farms. If you have tens of sheep, horses, chickens, or any other animals and you want to control them, you would put them on a farm and you build a system and a routine for them to follow so they can eat and survive and you get what you want from them, like eggs, wool, milk, security, transportation, or wherever. And they never question what they are doing and never think about escaping. This is exactly how this prison works. We get jobs, food, and houses so we can survive, and they get consumers, workers, and taxes. One of the examples of this invisible prison, one day the prison owner decided to build another cell for prisoners. That cell was called feminism. They started building the bars and the walls using the media to promote and establish new beliefs in their heads. Men are your enemy. Your job is not to take care of the kids. Your husband being responsible of the house is a humiliation for you. You are strong and independent. And obviously, this cell was built for a reason. They realized that half of the population is not working for them, and they are not paying taxes. So they decided to lock them in this new prison cell, or let's say new psychological boundaries. Another popular example of this prison is social media. Social media companies set up new prison cell for us so they can expose ads for other companies in front of prisoners, aka users, and get paid for it. The more you spend inside this prison cell, the more you see ads and the more they can earn. So they try to make sure you don't go out of this prison cell to the real world or to the other cells of this prison. If you spend 4 hours a day on social media, you will spend 10 years of your lifetime on it. Don't you think that memes, pranks, and challenge video are too useless and stupid to take 10 years of your life? Isn't it like getting 10 years of prison punishment? Think about how much more you can accomplish in your life if you stop spending hours and hours per day with these cuffs called Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, or Twitter. Why we can't escape? The good thing is you are free to go. And the funny thing is, most of people don't do it because firstly they don't even know that they are in a prison, and secondly they are afraid of taking another path that they choose by themselves. The world outside of the matrix is unknown and scary for them. We feel pressure, prior remorse, and self-rejection when we think about doing something that is against our established beliefs. There is no prison without bars and walls. In this one, bars and walls are delusional. They exist only in people's mind. But people still can't go out because they think that they shouldn't. They believe that it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing to start a business. It's too risky. But it's okay to work for someone else from 9 to 5 every day so they can earn enough to survive, and the business owner can earn enough to buy a Ferrari and spend holidays in Dubai. It's a good thing to go to school from 5 years old to 23 years old to get a piece of paper that allow us to work. The bars, guards, and walls that are holding people from going out of this prison are fear of change, fear of society's judgment, fear of walking alone out of the flock, and fear of risk-taking. This is why most of people are not escaping, even if in reality they are free to go. While there is no hope with the old generation, they reject any idea that comes from the outside of the box they are in. But with the rise of the internet, where information is not coming from one single source, which was before the media that was controlled by the government, the young generation has started realizing that they are free to move from this system. When people are kids and they are told something, they don't question it or reject it. They are not mature enough to analyze it, so they just do it and keep it in mind as an absolute truth. Then they grow with it and never change it, because it's already established in their head. This is why in each part of the world, most of people share the same culture, and they never decide to change it. We all watched this video of the insects not going out of the box, although they can easily do it. You may think this is abusive and human beings are not that stupid. Believe me, it's quite similar. It's perfect to describe how 99% of people are living. They can fly to everywhere, but they decided to stay in a small box, following the rules, following the others, and afraid of being different and taking a unique journey.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
Do you remember the scene from The Matrix, the movie, where Morpheus proposes to Neo to choose one of the two pills? The red one to know the truth of the world, and the blue one to forget the fact that there is truth and keep living in a fake reality. You know what? Most of people would choose the blue one for fake reality. They like it. They can't live without being controlled and guided. And also they are extremely afraid of the truth. They prefer the fake reality that they have got used to. In the past, some scientists were killed or severely punished just because they provided scientific truths that were against what society believed in at that time, like the earth is round and not flat. All because people couldn't accept those truths. So I would understand if someone would hate me if I told him that spending his childhood, adolescence, and some of his young age in school to get a diploma is insane and ridiculous. Just like telling an adopted person that those are not his real parents after 20 years. He will not accept that truth. Just like this, people cannot accept the fact that they are influenced, manipulated, and forced to live the way they are living, and how they should live is completely different. Back in the day when slavery was overt and in hiding, enslaved people often couldn't escape or even consider escaping because they had been brainwashed to believe that this was their identity. They couldn't be free and they must depend on their owners. Just like now, people don't say anything about being held for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 11 months a year for a minimum wage. They think that there is no other better option why you should escape. First of all, because it's a prison and nobody should be in one. Secondly, a lot of things could happen if you get your brain out of this prison. You may stop thinking that going to school for 12 years to earn a salary is necessary. You may stop thinking that being rich is something that you can only be born with and you can't choose it. This prison or this system is good, very good, for cowards who fear the risk of walking on their own path. Or at least a path that leads to something more interesting than working 5 days a week and resting 2, working for 11 months and resting 1. If you think that this system is good for you and this is exactly how you want to live, then stay there. But if you think that your one short life is worth much more than that, then go out. Break all the cuffs and start a new life of freedom. If you choose to stay in that prison, you will miss the chance of the real success. The level of the success that people can achieve inside the prison is very limited. A 6-figure salary and a 1-month vacation per year is the most you can achieve there if you were one of the lucky few people. Don't you think that there is much better to do with your precious time? Let me describe the world outside of this jail. People take advantage of every day of their life to do something that matters to them. They don't care about any useless debates, fake news, or any events that are set to influence the people inside the prison. They don't give the media any chance to decide or think on behalf of them. They focus on working on only what will get them to what they want. They are not limited by any false economic, political, or cultural beliefs. They know that their potential is big and they can dream of anything they want. If you realize how amazing being alive is and how fast and short life is, You wouldn't give any of it to something that you don't want or you don't like. If you are thinking, oh no, I am free, I can do whatever I want and I can go wherever I want. No, you are not. Trust me. I wish we are, but we aren't. And that's the thing. Most of us are not aware of this. Just take a look on your life in general and realize that it is not fully controlled by you. Most of what you are doing has been decided by society, not you. If you were the real decision maker, your life would be very different. You operate based on what you believe in. If someone were not exposed to the principles of this prison, and he believes that making 100k per month is a normal thing, he will make it 100% because he will operate based on that. He would do only what can get him to there. And he wouldn't have any shadow of doubt that it is not possible and refuse anything that can get him to less than that. Like a job with a shitty salary that is just 2% of what he thinks is the normal. But since most of people strongly believe that $2,000 or $3,000 per month is the norm, they live based on it and they are okay with it. So we are the outcome of our own thoughts. If our beliefs change, we change. It's normal to not be happy if you are not the one who decides what's going on in your life. You are not where you want to be doing what you want to do, so it's normal to be depressed or stressed. Do something about it. I understand that we cannot be fully free of this system. We still have to use roads, pay for gas, use IDs, etc. But a lot of things are not a must. And we can't stop wasting our lives on them, like being said on every early Monday morning. If you are on your 20s, this is what you already spent of your lifetime. And if you are lucky to live until 70, this is what you have left. And this is how much you are going to spend on school and job. And the rest will be aging. Scary and insane, no? Take a look on what human beings are capable of. It's a shame if you use your superpower, aka your brain, in a shitty thing. How to escape. In this case, running and climbing the wall will not help. Here is what you need to do. Be aware that you are in fact in a prison and there is much more to do and explore in this world. In other words, you can have the life you want. You can do much better. You can be happier and no one can stop you. Analyze every aspect of your life, every choice you made. Was it yours? Take a minute to think about what things you are doing in your life because you want to do them, not because you were told to, or you do them just to satisfy others. Do you live in a place, city, country you want? Do you wear what you really want? Do you go where you want? Do you speak how you want? Do you work what you want? Do you spend your time and money on what you really want? Know what you want out of this life. How does the life you dream of look like? What are your real, deepest desires? Make sure you remove all the limits of your head. Allow your mind to think big. You cannot be a billionaire if all what you think about is being a lawyer or a teacher. And if you think that making money is not what you really want in life, and what makes you happy is exploring the nature, for example, then do it. Break out of the delusional cuffs and do what makes you happy. Don't be afraid of the difference, change, or judgment. It's your own life, nobody else. Everyone has his own, and they can keep following the useless, stupid rules if they want. Reshape and redesign your life according to what you want. This step may take time. Start excluding anything you dislike. Change what has to be changed. Forget about society's beliefs and people's opinions while doing it. Because guess what? Nobody cares. At most, they spend few seconds thinking about you and what you are doing. All what they care about is themselves and their lives. So why living based on what they expect from you? Afraid of what they would say about you if you do what you really want? Explore the beauty of this life. Breathe, embrace the nature. Meditate the sky and the universe. Feel yourself and the world. And wake up with full awareness that you are free to do what makes your day interesting to you. It can be working on a new project, create something useful for the world, go on a run, play basketball, write a book, Travel to the other side of the planet, allow your mind to break the small box limits and navigate this huge world and universe. This is not a weird spiritual speech. This is an alarm for you to wake up and be what you really are. If there is something that you were thinking about doing for a long time but you have not done it, do it now if it is possible. Why not? Life is too short to wait for another day. And finally, be brave enough to make a change and strong enough to break the cuffs and get into the unusual. An unusual path leads to an unusual life, and that is what we want. And enjoy every single step of this beautiful, simple life. Good luck.